Julia, I've finished all the housework. I also bought a pillow for pregnant women.
Thank you, Ian. I feel like I can sleep well from tonight.
Are you done at the beauty salon? You said you'd be back in the evening. Should I pick you up? Your belly is getting quite large. It must be tough to move around.
About that. I'll be finished at the salon shortly, but I got a call from a friend inviting me to dinner, so I'm going to go straight there.
I remember you said you wanted to eat gratin today. I even bought the ingredients.
I'm sorry. Is it okay to do it on your next day off? I have no plans that day.
Okay, then I'll make it next time. But if you're going out for dinner, you'll be back late, right? Let me know when you're done. I'll come and pick you up.
No. My friend said she'd drive me home. It's okay.
I see. Then I'll take it easy at home.
I'm really sorry. You've done so much for me, but I wanted to meet my friends before I got too busy.
You did mention wanting to see your friends before giving birth. Once the baby is born, you won't have any time for yourself. Don't worry and enjoy your time with your friends.
Thank you. I'll take advantage of your kindness and have fun. We won't be able to do this freely after the baby is born, haha.
I'll take part in childcare too. And make sure you have time for yourself, Julia.
I trust you, Ian. Okay, then I'm going to take it easy today.
Okay. But if you feel unwell at any point, contact me right away. I'll be ready to pick you up.
Got it. But you should also take care of yourself. You don't have to switch doing housework every day, okay?
I'm fine. I'll be out and about every day at work after the baby is born so I can refresh myself. More than that, you're going to go through the toughest thing, childbirth. As a man, I can't do anything, but I'll do anything I can.
You're so reliable, haha.
Besides, you're going to your parents' home, Julia. You'll be gone soon.
Are you still not okay with that, haha?
Your parents' home is far, isn't it? I can't be there for the birth.
I'll be back in a month after giving birth. You'll just have to be patient.
I want to see the baby as soon as they're born. Maybe I should take paid leave.
No, you're going to be busy with work soon, right? I'll take a lot of care of the baby when I get back. Please work hard, haha.
Okay. Alright, I'll prepare a meal for your lunch, Julia.
Yay!
Go and have fun. And be careful, okay?
Yeah, don't overdo it, Ian. It's your day off, so take it easy.
Julia, are you on your way to your parents' house now?
Yes, I'm at the airport now, waiting to board.
Is your condition okay? No changes?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Let me know when you arrive.
I know. Oh, but Ian, you're going to be late today, right? There's Elia's farewell party, right? I might be asleep at night, so I won't contact you.
Got it. But I don't plan on drinking that late.
Huh? It's a rare opportunity for you to go out. Why don't you enjoy it more? I'm not even there, so why don't you just let loose a bit? Haha.
I prefer being at home.
You know, and speaking of Elias, you used to dote on him, didn't you? You even brought him home often. Since it's a farewell party, you should be there for him properly.
Well, we were close until about a year ago. But since then, it's been a bit distant. I'm not involved as much as I used to be.
I see. Now that you mention it, he hasn't been to our house for a year.
Has he? Maybe he was considering quitting his job. But if that's the case, I would have wanted him to consult with us even more.
Well, Elias is a serious person. Maybe he felt guilty, but it's a shame. I wanted to see Elias one last time too.
I'll pass that on to Elias. That he should come and visit again when he's settled. Well, it's up to Elias whether he comes or not.
Yeah, please do. Oh, it looks like I'll be boarding the plane soon. So, see you later.
Got it, take care. Say hi to your parents for me. Good morning.
Oh, Ian, it's been a while.
Haley, long time no see.
It's rare to get a message from Ian. What's up? Did something happen?
Well, I wanted to transfer some living expenses, but Julia refused. I really want to make sure she's supported.
Living expenses?
Yes, since you'll be providing so much support, I'd really appreciate it if you could accept it. Please take care of my wife until she gives birth. I can't do anything while she's there.
Wait a minute. Coming home to give birth? I haven't heard anything about that. My daughter hasn't come back either.
Huh? She left the house yesterday, and I got a message saying she arrived at her parents'. This morning, she even told me that she had breakfast made by her mother.
I didn't make any breakfast. And honestly, my daughter isn't home. Are you sure Julia said she was coming home?
Yes. It was decided quite a while ago. Julia really did leave the house yesterday. You didn't receive any communication from her about coming home?
I haven't heard anything about her coming home. However, she had been consulting with me a while ago.
Consulting?
I'm sorry. I feel bad for having to tell you this, but weren't you and my daughter not getting along well?
Huh? What do you mean?
Oh, isn't it true? I heard that you were on the brink of divorce.
No, we haven't even had a fight since Julia became pregnant. It's not exactly a fight. But when she decided to give birth at one's parents' home, I did say I didn't like the idea because I wouldn't be able to see the baby right away. I'm really grateful to Julia, and I was looking forward to her child.
I heard from Julia that you never did any housework during her pregnancy, and that you were always out drinking.
I never did anything like that. The last time I went out for a drink was more than half a year ago, and that was for a company party. I've been trying to come home as early as possible every day and do the housework.
That's really the case, right?
Yes, I swear, even at the risk of my life. But I have no idea what's going on. Why is this happening? I just got a regular message from Julia.
Could she have been planning to leave the house as it is?
In that case, I think she wouldn't return my calls.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on. I told my daughter that since marriage is a matter between the individuals involved, it would be a good idea for them to have a discussion about it. Julia might change when she has a baby. Think a little more before deciding what to do.
I see.
Ian, I don't know why my daughter would lie like that, but she might need some time. Could you leave this matter to me for the time being? The fact that Ian is in contact means that she hasn't decided on divorce yet. I'll try to contact my daughter without saying anything about what I just heard from you.
Understood. Even if I ask where she is now, she might not tell me. I'm sorry, but could you do it, Haley?
It's fine. I'm sorry about my daughter. You're worried too, aren't you, Ian?
Yes. She might have something against me, but I don't want to ask where she is and stress Julia. She might not come back if I contact her. I want to avoid that.
Yeah, I'll try to talk to my daughter without irritating her. I'll try to ask so I can find out where she is.
Please do.
I'll contact you as soon as I find out anything. Please wait a bit. Ian, did you see the picture of the baby today? She was cute, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Hey, what's wrong? You've been down since I went home, haven't you?
Really?
Yes, you have. And haven't you been distant since the baby was born?
Sorry, I'm a bit tired.
Are you working that hard? Don't overdo it.
Alright.
About the baby's name, we have to decide soon. We have to register her birth. Can I decide the name? I already have some candidates.
Julia, you can decide. But don't submit the birth registration yet.
Huh? Why?
Because I want you to submit the divorce papers first.
Huh? Divorce papers? Why?
You know why.
What do you mean by you know?
I don't understand at all.
Why? Why are we getting divorced? Our daughter was just born 3 days ago. Ian, what's going on?
That's not my child, is it?
She's Ian's child. What are you talking about? Did you find someone else while I was away?
The one who found someone else is Julia, isn't it?
Huh? What are you talking about? I've been pregnant all this time.
So you were having an affair before you got pregnant. That child is a child of my junior, Elias, isn't it?
I
know you didn't go home. You gave birth at the hospital you always go to, right? You were at Elias's house until you gave birth, right?
Wait, that can't be. Did your mother contact you? She said I was home.
Did you ask her to do that? You wanted to distance yourself from me, so you asked her to tell me you were home. Both your mother and I knew all along that you were at Elias's house.
What do you mean?
The day after you went home, I contacted your mother. Then she told me you hadn't come back. We talked about various things and the stories didn't match. So I had your mother find out where you were.
Have you been deceiving me all this time?
The one who's been deceiving us is you. It seems you told your mother you were staying at a friend's house because you wanted to distance yourself from me. But when I checked, I was surprised to find out you were at Elias's house, who had quit his job. And yet, I get a message every day saying you're relaxing at your parents' house. I didn't understand.
It's different. It was like... Actually, when I was wondering where to go, I ran into Elias by chance. And that's why he was hiding me.
You don't have to lie anymore. First of all, why did you need to be hidden?
Well, that's because I was wondering if I could get along with you in the future. I wanted to put some distance.
Even so, that doesn't justify going to Elias's house. You could have just gone home.
If I went home, my mom would ask me a lot of questions. I thought it was a bother, so it was hard to get home.
Enough with the lies. Elias started acting distant towards me a year ago. The reason he quit his job, it's because he was having an affair with you, right? If you wanted to get divorced, I'll do it right away, so stop this roundabout way.
Wait, it's different. Stop your weird delusions.
Now, I just talked with Elias and heard everything.
Huh?
He admitted it, that it's his child.
What? You talked with Elias?
Yeah.
He acknowledged being the father?
Yes.
I see. Alright, we'll divorce then.
You're really the worst. He said he wouldn't take responsibility, so you pushed yourself onto him. Going to your affair partner's place while supposedly on a hometown visit after giving birth. Who does that?
It's his fault for trying to run away after making a child, isn't it? The reason I went to Elias's place was because I thought he might change his mind after seeing the baby. But it's good that Elias acknowledged that he's the father.
If Elias hadn't acknowledged until the end, were you planning on just coming back normally?
I hadn't thought that far, but... Well, you were looking forward to the child too, Ian, so that might have been a possibility.
You've got to be kidding me. How much were you making a fool out of me?
Ian, you're nice, but lack a sense of humor. Being serious and kind is boring, you know? Well, I realized that after we got married. But Elias is just my type. Really hit the spot.
I see. But Elias says that he'll acknowledge the child, but he can't marry you.
Huh? Why not?
He says he's scared of you. He feels bad about having an affair, but he's been feeling guilty towards me and can't stand it anymore. He says he's sorry, but he can only pay child support.
You're lying. Is he planning not to take responsibility for the child he made? Does he think he can get away with just paying child support?
Elias told me when he first heard the news. He said he couldn't raise a child. He even suggested you shouldn't have the child, didn't he?
How could you do such a cruel thing? Don't you think about the poor child?
I think so too. But in reality, it's a difficult decision.
If he made her pregnant as a man, he should marry her, right?
It's unclear whether that would make the child happy.
So, what are you going to do now? How are you going to raise her? I can't do it alone.
Elias says he doesn't know about that. Anyway, he says he can't stand lying to me anymore, and he can't marry you.
No way! Why? That's troublesome.
That's the result of not thinking before you act. Anyway, Elias says he's going to negotiate everything, including child support, through a lawyer from now on. I'm going to divorce you, so sign this later.
Where can I go home to?
Your mother says you can stay at her house until you have a base for your life. So go back to your hometown.
In such a rural place? I have to raise a child alone?
You should be grateful that you're allowed to go back to your parents' house at all.
No way! I can't raise a child without a father. I can't do it alone.
You don't have a choice. You have to do it. Did you have a baby with that attitude? Children are not tools to satisfy your desires. You use a child conveniently to keep Elias's heart. You're the only one at fault, right?
Ian, I'm sorry.
Huh?
I was stupid. This happened because I betrayed you, Ian.
I guess so.
Ian, you've done so much for me. I'm truly sorry.
Even if you apologize, there's nothing I can do anymore.
But Ian, I know you would love our child, right? Even if the blood isn't connected, you would take care of them, wouldn't you?
What are you talking about?
Let's raise this child together. I don't want to leave Ian.
Give me a break. Do you know how I felt when I found out you weren't really going to your hometown? When I found out the child was Elias's, who used to be my junior, I almost lost it.
I'm sorry.
Apologizing won't solve the problem.
But Ian was the only one who cherished the baby in my belly all the time. So I'm sure the child would be happy if Ian was the father.
That's impossible.
Ian, I'm sorry. From now on, I'll do more housework and you can leave childcare to me. Please don't divorce me. Let's live together for a while, and if it's impossible, I won't say anything anymore. So please, give me a chance.
How can I give you a chance? There were plenty of opportunities to tell the truth before, thinking it was my child. I don't want to live with a woman who was thinking of remarrying someone else.
Ian, please forgive me. Please, I beg you. I realize I really love the kind Ian after all. Please forgive me for the sake of this child.
I don't believe a single thing about you anymore. Don't use the child to gain sympathy. I don't care what happens to you anymore. You'll probably have another affair, even if you're with a boring guy who's just serious and kind. I immediately filed for divorce. Of course, my ex-wife opposed it, but there was no way my in-laws would allow such a thing. She was severely scolded and reluctantly signed the divorce papers. After being discharged from the hospital, she returned to her parents' house, receiving child support from Elias to raise the child. Although there was a division of property, I was also entitled to damages for the affair. And above all, my in-laws insisted that she shouldn't receive a dime. Hence, we mutually agreed that there would be no property division. Since then, my ex-wife has become quite haggard, and I have heard that my in-laws are doing most of the child rearing. However, they became furious with her for not participating in the childcare, insisting that she get a job, so she started working at a company affiliated with their relatives. Since I've blocked her on all my contacts, I recently received a handwritten letter from her, asking for help and expressing how tough her days are. Of course, I didn't reply, and I didn't feel anything after reading it. I definitely do not want any further involvement and never want to see her again. I hope she will take full responsibility for her actions and raise the child properly. In order to make a fresh start, I changed jobs to a company that had been courting me for a while. Since having too much free time makes me overthink things, I decided to take on new challenges. It's rewarding, and I'm now leading a fulfilling life as before, thanks to the support from my reliable colleagues. First and foremost, I want to do things that I can enjoy in order to forget my ex-wife as quickly as possible. Life is still long, and I believe that I can become even happier from here on out. I want to strive and live each day putting in my best effort.